Alright, really reels this time. I know I say this almost every other stream, but for reels this is going to be an actual shorter one than usual. Like maybe just half an hour long. And also the thumbnail for this one is going to be my personal reminder to make more thumbnails. Or to just make a consistent one to use throughout all art streams from now on, like some other people do. And then just have the number of which one it is in the corner. But either way, welcome back. We are back, and right. So in my most recent post on this channel, I did allude to a certain work in progress piece that is now finished at this point, that we're really quickly going to be taking a look at before I jump into what we're actually going to be doing. Everybody, welcome Super Earth's finest. I'm kind of afraid to zoom in any further. But here it be. And what we're actually going to be doing here today is just a little short comic that I had planned afterwards about it, that I also plan to have dubbed as well, like some certain other people do on this platform, with this character in particular. And it is also going to include the actual version of this song as well, which I highly recommend you check out, and the rest of the composer's work as well. Where the heck do we begin? Honestly, I might just have to induce this, or compress this down into 3 separate pieces. Because drawing this tiny is kind of tricky, at least for me. Main reason, by the way, why this one in particular is going to be shorter is because, first of all, it's way later in the day than I usually do, and the reason for that being is that I'm now working an extra hour a day, which is a bit problematic to, I guess, my day-to-day schedule. yeah, this might be quieter than usual as well. Unless people decide to stop on by. Still very thankful to Rosgar from the last stream for that donation as well. Hang on just a second. I never did get back to this piece in particular, which I'm pretty sure was during another art stream a while ago. right now I'm actually contemplating whether or not I want to hold this off for later, because I realize that drawing armor is kind of tricky, especially if you don't have a sketch beforehand. What if I just did something completely new? What if I just free-handed this? Made something that I did not have any plans for beforehand. Something that is generating within my brain as we speak. Yeah, this is just become a lightning round at this point. Only really doing this because I had no plan whatsoever. This stream in particular. Actually, I did have a plan, but decided that I'm just gonna actually work on the pre-sketch beforehand on that. So now we're really just doing this for the therapy value of doing this. Even if this ends up going absolutely nowhere. This is your brain when it's not on sleep deprivation, and this is your brain when it is on sleep deprivation. Because I feel like that's starting to hit me again. Even though it hit me the most this morning. And only the morning it felt like. One time I actually barely go overboard on one of these art streams is the one time that I suddenly feel when I feel like I probably should have been super sleepy during the other ones. The other ones where I went overboard on time. Honestly, I think I'm gonna go ahead and say that this stream was a little bit of a bust this time around. And that I should definitely have something prepared more often before I just jump straight into whatever it is we're about to do. Now, with that being said, that has worked in the past. But this time around, especially with the fact that this one doesn't have an original thumbnail like all the other ones, yeah, I was just kind of out of it like I was last week. And that mainly has to do with my current new schedule that just kind of popped up out of nowhere. So hopefully So hopefully by next week I'll have a lot more energy than this guy is having right now. But I did say that this was going to be a shorter one than usual. So actually, wait, hold on, before I pull that up. As for what I am going to be doing next week, let's see, what have I been working on recently that I'm actually able to share here? There was this that I did for the funny night guy, of a character that he made very, very recently and yet blew up in popularity very, very quickly for reasons I'm sure you can imagine. But other than the follow-up comic for this, I have a plethora of ideas, but I'm not exactly sure which to jump on first. So, I'll get to that when I get there though, and definitely when I'm feeling a lot more awake than I am now. So, until next time, hopefully with a lot more energy, I will see everybody later. Have a good one.